and it took them a long time, and eventually they had to use IVF. And when people asked them about it, words come up like, oh, was it difficult, was it a struggle, and clinics and all this, and I just hated those words surrounding this little lad who's now my godson. So instead I've tried to turn it into a children's story. So I'd like to share it with you if that's okay. This is called Wishing for Leo. There was once a king as tall as a tower, with a tiny young queen as pretty as a flower. In their Sheffield kingdom the two did reside, with a cat so fat the boards screeched with each stride. The king he was worried about his queen and was broody, who knew only too well that their cat was a foodie. She fed the cat fish, she fed the cat batter, she fed the cat beer, it grew fatter and fatter. The king, so uneasy, knew she needed a baby, not shoveling a cat full of pies, chips and gravy. The king did his best, studying internet vids on the various ways you can try to have kids. He'd need a piece of himself and a piece of the queen to grow a young prince like a plant from a bean. But where would it grow? The king wasn't sure. Then he watched his fat cat get stuck in the door. To the yard the king trotted, dug a hole in the land, buried tufts of his hair with nails of the queen's hand. The king waited for sprouting, but as he stroked the cat's tummy, he thought, the garden's no place for his queen to be a mummy. The king cooked a lasagna with eyelashes and snot for his fair queen to eat, but eat she did not. That don't make a baby, laughing at the kid's muddle. She knew a baby came from special kisses and cuddles. The pair hugged for hours, like two rowers rowing. Next door wasn't happy, disturbing his pants from growing. But for all of their cuddles, the queen's baby stayed flat, unlike the stomach of their great massive cat. As each month that passed, with no babes born, the king and queen wept, and the whole kingdom mourned. Yet the answer blew in from the cold winter blizzard, the fat cat's new friend who belonged to a wizard. They took the queen's egg and the king's royal splodge for the wizard to conjure in his magical lodge. The queen took the potion upon which all dreams were piled. The kind wizard whispered, hope for a miracle child. They waited and waited for the potion's effect. Neither king or queen ate, in fact they both barely slept. The kingdom of Sheffield held its breath, hearts are beating, apart from the cat who just carried on eating. Then, hip hip hooray, screamed the crazy court jester. The kingdom heard singing from York down to Leicester, Manchester to Hull. The songs were a-flowing, celebrating the queen and a young baby growing. The king was delighted, the babe finally came. The queen cried with joy as she gave him his name. The party was raucous through the royal Sheffield estate. Now the young prince was feeding, the cat finally lost weight.